Hello, world, and welcome to the Fonz's office. Today, the super fan is here with a guest who is no stranger to the Fonz's office. He is a bare knuckle fighter out of Wales, and he's known to the world as the gangster prince of Wales. He is David. One more round. Hey, David, how are you doing this evening?
I'm always better when I speak to you, Jeff. You know that.
Hey, well, thank you, my friend, and the same here as well. I really look forward to these conversations that we have, and yeah, today you've got a fight coming up on the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, BKFC 37, the London event. That fight will go down on Saturday, March 4th, and your opponent is a fighter by the name of Terry Brazier, and he's a fighter that you're familiar with as well. You guys have tussled in the past.
Yeah, me and Terry, we went at it 6 years ago yesterday. Obviously, the judges give it to him, but everybody watched the fight knew it wasn't that way. So we're going to change it now on March the 4th, and won't be going to the judges this time.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, that was a K1 bout, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was one of my early K1 bouts, and it was his first K1 bout.
Wow, amazing. And now you guys get to relive that moment inside of the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship squared circle.
It's a perfect place to set the record straight, isn't it?
I think it is as well. What better place than on the world stage of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship?
Yeah, you know, the biggest stage that there is in the world of it. In a great venue, and I'm going to set the record straight. That'll be one each, and then from what I've heard, there's a show going to be happening in Wales, so we can do the trilogy there.
That's very interesting indeed. Wow. Man, I could hardly wait to see Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship go to more of these countries. Like you mentioned, Wales may be in the cards. Canada is apparently in the cards.
Yeah, God, yeah.
So it's getting super exciting there over at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
It's becoming more a more recognized brand, and the more it's becoming more worldwide known, and it's becoming more mainstream. It's like the UFC was. It's now starting to become in everyone's household. Everyone sees it on their phones and stuff now.
Absolutely. Well, it certainly doesn't hurt things when they have performances like your last fight that you had against Nate Owens. You guys ended up having a fight of the night fight. Can you tell me a little bit about that bout? It didn't go your way, but you definitely put on one hell of a performance in that fight, and you also gave the fans a little something super extra to cheer about with your showboating. And sometimes people do that and they get popped in the mouth, but you managed to do that, avoid his strikes, and give him the shot that you wanted to land. So tell me a little bit about that fight.
I actually stylistically thought it wasn't going to be a very good fight. I thought I was going to end him quickly because he hadn't fought for a while, and he was tall. And then after the first round, I thought, no, this is going to be a 5-rounder. We're going to put on a good fight here. His jab was amazing. He's an ex-pro boxer, so he worked his jab very well. I felt I was landing bigger shots than him, but he was just very slick. His jab was sharp. And after about the third round, I come back and said to Sam, I said, I'm not going to win this on points, and I can't see me knocking him out now, so I'm going to go out and have some fun with it.
Yeah, and the performance that you put on from that point forward as well was very entertaining for us as fans to watch. So, even though you may have came out on the losing end of that battle, you definitely came out on the winning end with all the fans in our hearts. That's for sure.
Well, that's what it's all about, to get the win is always the main thing. But I'd rather put a fight on like that and lose than put a boring 5-round jab fest on and win.
Absolutely. I agree. And it definitely helped to increase your stock with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship as well. Putting on a performance like that.
Yeah, and I'm back now. I'm fighting Terry Brazier, That's a big name. There's a couple of big names lined up after I beat Terry. I'd also like to do the trilogy with Terry, but the names that they've mentioned when I beat Terry are also big fights.
Excellent. I look forward to hearing more about those after your fight on March the 4th. So now this fight is going to be going down in London. Do you have a fan base that is going to be coming out and supporting you live and in person?
Yeah, there's a few guys I know down from London, Kelvin Matthews. They came to the Wembley show, so
Yeah,
they're buying tickets all through the link.
excellent.
Obviously, with Wales, it's a bit of a hard, it's a long journey for guys to make it from here.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I've got a little fan base down in London. Terry's from London, so again, I'll be going into a place where I'm not going to have many fans, but probably by the end of it, I'll probably have, probably will have won over the crowd.
yeah. You know what? I can almost guarantee that that's what's going to happen. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
you definitely have a way of winning over the fans. And with, like I say, with the performances that you put on camera, it's definitely worth us to pay that fee for the app. And a little part of that fee that we do pay, if we sign up under your link, it goes directly to you.
it does. It does. I'm having a bit of problem with the checks that they're sending me. So what I've asked to do now is whatever I can make on the app. I've emailed back and they give it to a charity for children.
Wow, that's awesome, man. That's super of you to do.
Yeah, for me to cash the checks. Yeah, they're not big, but they are checks. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. So if they can give it to a children's charity, that and it helps them out, I'll be happy with that.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. I'm noticing something new. It's not actually new from your last fight, but it was new since our last discussion that we had together. You're wearing a Smith Brothers. Yeah, Smith Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, so before the last fight, I spoke, actually, Sean Wheelock and Chris Lytle had dinner with Kevin.
Right.
And my name was mentioned, and I had a message from Sean. I'd spoken to Kevin when the BKFC was like in its really early stages.
Yeah.
So it just briefly chat, get some fights and we'll have a chat. And then Sean had dinner with him, and Sean actually put my name to him and said, look, sign this guy. He's going to do some big things. And that was a WhatsApp from Sean. I woke up in the next morning and Kevin, the manager, he said, yeah, let's fucking work together. So he sent over all of his stuff. I had someone look over it for me. I said what I wanted and how we want to work. And yeah, I said, I'll sign after the Nathan fight, but I'll still put you on my shirt. And then obviously we got home from Newcastle, I signed, and yeah, that's it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I've had numerous conversations with Kevin myself, and the guy's a super awesome individual. He does a lot for the fighters that he does represent, and he gets a lot of publicity for you as well. So he's getting your name out there to the American fans, even though you're technically signed with BKFC UK. You do get a lot of the American support now with having someone like Kevin on your team, and that does nothing but help you to get some fights over here in North America as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. This hopefully now this year, as I said, beat Terry, BKFC over here have got names for me after that, and also I would like to do the trilogy. Hey, but end of the year, yeah, I want to come over to the US and put a show on over there for you guys, or Canada. I've got to come to Canada at one point.
Oh, absolutely, especially with them having the talks now and them being a little bit more public about it. It's a little easier to talk about now. So once they do come here, there's no way in the world that I'm not going to be there live in attendance for that first event. Absolutely.
Yeah, you've got to be in the Canada show. Obviously, I've heard that they're going there. Don't know where. I can imagine it'll be one of the big cities. But yeah, BKFC starting to take over the world now.
Yeah, they've got a lot of shows in the works, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit. So you've faced Terry Brazier in the past. He's known as the Dominator. So is there any chance that he's going to dominate you this fight?
No, Terry's a grappler and a wrestler. He's got no striking. He can strike, but not like I can. I'm hoping it's going to be a 4 to 5 round fight, and then I'll put him away. If I knock him out early, I knock him out early. I want to put a fight on like with the Nathan Owens fight, but stop him as well. So 2 or 3 rounds, a bit of blood, and then put him away. Or if it comes early, it comes early. Beautiful. But then again, Terry Brazier is a tough motherfucker like me, so we can end up with a 5 round fight, and then if we're drawn after 5 rounds, hopefully they give us 6 and 7.
Yeah, there is that potential. Bare Knuckle
There is
Fight
that.
Championship is known to add that
Yeah.
one more round at the
Yeah.
end of the regulation bout. So
Yeah.
man, that would be one that you couldn't script any better if it did happen that way.
Well, no, then that'll be 9 rounds with Terry, and if you can't be friends with someone after that, then you know you can't be friends with them, can you?
Yeah, well then if it does set up the trilogy, then it just makes it even that much more exciting too.
Yeah, you know, and if that's another 5 rounds, that's 14 rounds. Then
Yeah.
I'll be sick of Terry by the end of it.
Nice, nice. So I've got a question for you here that I've never asked you before, and it's kind
Okay.
of out of the blue.
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of pizza?
Cheese and tomato, plain cheese and tomato.
Wow, amazing. Now,
Yeah.
do you prefer to get that through delivery, or do you like to make that homemade on your own?
We usually buy pizza when we out shopping, or if it's delivered, even if we have a Domino's, which is, you know, our main pizza thing over here, or from one of our takeaways. Yeah, I'll have plain cheese pizza.
Nice. That's good to hear. You're going to be watching Knuckle Mania 3, I would imagine.
Yeah. We watch it.
If you get a little bit of time during that, maybe tune over to Knuckle Up Podcast, because there's apparently going to be a pizza eating contest during Knuckle Mania 3.
All right, well, you get me the link and I'll get onto it, and I'll get it shared as well. So
I will do that. I've challenged the 3 of me, have challenged the 4 of them to a pizza eating contest. Unfortunately, we've already had one pullout, and that was by myself. Not me, not the super fan, not the Fawns, but by myself. He wants nothing to do with us. He says the Fawns and the super fan are a couple of characters he wants nothing to do with. So, hey, so be it. Myself can be left out. The super fan and the Fawns are going to represent, man, and you can watch that. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Like I said, get me the link over and I'll get it shared, and we'll get some fans from Wales for you.
Yeah, we'll try to do that. Absolutely. Now you've got some sponsors on board that have been on board for a long time. We've mentioned them in the past. Do you have anybody new who has come on board since the last time?
I've actually got it. BC Performance Cars. Ben from Gloucester. They've jumped aboard. Jimmy Yeomans has gone back again with Mandwood. Rod Griffiths from De Rossi's Solicitors have come aboard. Still trying to get. I'm still after a supplement sponsor. You know, I've got a guy who covers my supplements, but I want to try and get an actual supplement sponsor this time.
Nice.
To sort out my gear.
Nice. That's quite a few new additions that have come on board.
Yeah, it's as I say, I've got my old ones that have always been there. You know, I've got Desto Gallo from Granicle has been with me for 15 years. You know, and anytime I ever ask, they sort it out. As I said, like Ben from BC Performance Cars, they deal in like high performance cars and stuff like that. You know, super cars. As I said, I approached some 2 weeks ago, and within a matter of an hour, I had a message back. We'll jump aboard.
Excellent. That's.
I've also got the Violent Gentleman. They're going to be doing. He's from Ireland. They're going to be doing my T-shirt. They're going to send me over the T-shirts. Nice. And I'll be getting my printouts putting them. So they're another ones. I actually met them after the Newcastle show. He gave me his card and he said, look, you know, if we can sort something out. So they're going to be doing my walkout shirts, and we're going to be having like a polo shirt for afterwards, like a nice dress shirt.
Beautiful.
Just with one sponsor on.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful sponsor to have on board.
Yeah, and to look a bit smarter after the show with a sponsored fighter, you know, a sponsored shirt on, rather than just like a going out top.
Absolutely. Very cool, man. That's awesome to hear. The support that's around you. You've got the support of your family as well, and your friends. Yeah,
and also, well, obviously with you and USG guys, sort my shorts out my robe. I'll be wearing the same stuff again for the next fight. That's gonna be in my colors for a while now.
Oh, beautiful, man! That's wonderful to hear. I'm
gonna add some sponsors to them, like some print to them. But I'm gonna keep them. They're gonna be my new colors for a while.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. I'm gonna. We'll talk off camera here. I'm gonna help you out with that as well. We're gonna get you some cornerman jackets as well.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get the full outfit, and we'll get that sorted for you too. Hopefully, I can get that done in time for it's 1 month. It's pretty pretty short.
If not, we'll have a look for the next one. But yeah, definitely.
Wonderful. That's amazing. Since you brought it up, you wore them in the last fight. How was it for comfort? Those shorts, were they something?
Oh, they were amazing. Because when I used to fight MMA or K1, I used to like wearing Valet Tuya shorts.
Okay.
These were like Valet. They were short and they were tight and short. So rather than my three previous bare knuckle fights, I had the long white ones.
Yes.
They were comfortable. They were fine, but no. The ones I had from you guys were brilliant. They were nice, tight, short. Beautiful. It didn't feel like I was wearing anything. And I think the best way to fight is like you're fucking naked.
Yeah, it's almost like that, right? You can barely feel them on. But the quality, the durability of the material as well is amazing.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. Comfortable. They were covered in blood. They washed well. So mate, I can't take my hats off to the guys that made them.
Excellent. That's wonderful. That's how we leave. For those of you that are watching out there, the King of Custom Gear is his nickname. You can see the branding up here. It's a branding that I purchased myself because the quality is amazing, and I even buy them. You can see the for my daughter, for Little Soup. I buy the gear for her as well. Yeah,
cool. I didn't realize they did gloves and stuff.
Yeah, they make absolutely everything. They make the aprons for the they can outfit an entire event. They can do
they do the rings and the canvases stuff as well, is it?
Yeah, canvas, the turnbuckle covers, the whole bit. They can even get the posters made for doing the interviews in front of. Really a one-stop shop. What they focus and what they centralize around is building together and growing together so that they can be unstoppable together with the fighters. But they do provide the stuff for events as well. So
cool. Yeah, great.
Definitely. So now what I want to hear something that is out of the blue from you as David Round. Tell me something that nobody out there in the world knows as of yet. Do you got a super secret maybe for the future of what's to come, or maybe something in the past? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but that's kind of the intention of it.
Something in the past. Jeez, Christ. How long you got? I once got a green crayon stuck up my nose, and I was 23 years old on a rugby bus.
You were as an adult, you did this.
As an adult, as an actual person. I'm paying tax as well.
Oh my goodness. How in the heck did that happen?
I'll tell you off camera.
Okay. Fair enough, my friend. Thank you for being a super good sport about that and put that out there. Wait.
I still get things stuck in my ear quite often. As probably 2 years ago, I had a cotton bud or a Q-tip, as you call it, and it broke off, and I panicked and I had to get my wife to pull out with a pair of tweezers.
That was what I was. I swear. I was just about to tell you that I've had something stuck in one of my orifices as well, and it was my ear, and exactly that, a Q-tip that broke off, and I was trying to get it out, and the more I tried to get it out, the more I was pushing it in. So I was. It's
more common than people think, isn't it?
It really was.
Like I super glued my eye shut once. Now I was trying to open a tube of super glue, and I was squeezing and pulling, and when I pulled, it opened and it shot in my eye. So man, I went like that, and I glued my hand to my head. So I managed to get that off, open my eye. I was taken down to the hospital, and I had saline put through and stuff like that, and they put my eye out and cleaned. I burnt the corner. So
from that, you sound like you were an absolute hoot to hang out with. Like now, I would do anything to fly over and hang out with you now. But as a child and as growing up as a teenager and that, you sound like you would have been someone super fun to hang out with.
We were building a treehouse out of bricks. Okay. Now, this tree was probably 20 foot high, and my friends were up there. We were getting bricks and stone from the ground, carrying them up to try and build a fucking house out of bricks. And one fell on my head.
Oh, man.
cut me open there, so I got a scar. They took me home, and my mum told me to go to sleep. Is the head injury, go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unreal, eh? And I say this because I was a little bit of a wild one myself as a kid.
Yeah.
When things were a little different back then than what they are now with my daughter, right?
Yeah.
We didn't have helmets for our bicycles. We used to get our friends to lay down and we'd build jumps and jump over them with our bicycles. We'd injure ourselves almost on a daily basis from the things that we were doing, but it was fun. It was a fun time to grow up.
Yeah, it was cool to grow up then.
Yeah, you got it, man. Absolutely. Well, my friend, I've taken up a lot of your time already today. Well, it's this evening over there in the UK and Wales. So any final things that you'd like to say? Anything that comes to mind?
No, just again, I got to thank Andrew Bakewell and Dave Feldman for putting me back on the show. Sam Clark and Adam Green on my cornerman, my family, all the support I have from everyone. All my friends, all my sponsors, yourself, even the other guys I do interviews with. Thank you, Evan.
Excellent, my friend. Well, thank you so very much for making the time again.
Yeah, cool. Huh?
For all the fans out there watching in the world, I am Jeff, the super fan. He is David, one more round. He is the gangster Prince of Wales, and he will be fighting against Terry Brazier on Saturday, March 4th. At BKFC 37, London. Make sure you got your subscription up to date. And if you don't, join through David's link that I'm going to post in the description, and he'll get a little kickback that's going to get donated to charity. How super is that? All right, everybody. Thank you for watching the Fonz's Office. I am Jeff, the super fan. He is David, one more round, and we are signing out from the Fonz's office.